You love to see how a fighter reacts to getting knocked down for the first time in their career. It did nothing but lit a fire in Inoue.
Goes down, and he's wobbled.
Crawford got up off the deck and stubbornly wasn't even going to change out of his southpaw stance. Yep, I'm going to stay doing just this exact thing and beat you up and knock you out, which he did.
And you're not supposed to hurt me, and he's making Kavaliauskas pay for everything that he did early on in this fight.
He's pretty much a savage once he gets touched, and you can't stop him.
Fight fans, welcome back.
He is a mean mama jama.
In boxing, the ring remains a dangerous place, with no fighter immune to tasting the canvas.
And it's ruled a knockout.
Even a monster can be scared by a brush with mortality.
What a shocking start to this fight.
But calm seas never made good sailors, and where some give up, others bite down.
Just 1 round later, Naoya Inoue gets his lick back.
These are the ones that got dropped, but it only made them angrier.
More drama than we ever thought we would have, but the champ just acted like one.
I've seen you though on video and watched you fight, and you're a completely different person. Are you just mad when you get, what switches off when you get into the ring? It's like Jekyll and Hyde almost.
We never out of shape, we never out the gym, as you can see, and I'm looking to go in there and seek and destroy.
Making the third defense of his welterweight crown, 35-0 Terence Crawford was presented with unbeaten Lithuanian Egis Kavaliauskas in New York.
Wait till those people that say he don't got the power to do anything. He can't upset Crawford. He too slow.
Those people don't know boxing.
Bud was used to having things his own way, but Mean Machine punched like a 147-pounder.
And Kavaliauskas was timing him and finding the right hand. Hit him with a right hand and knocked him down. Clean knockdown.
Cracking Crawford with a round 3 right hand.
Oh, Kavaliauskas comes forward.
That led to an unofficial knee to the canvas.
He got knocked down. He won't admit he got knocked down, but that was a knockdown. He got hurt a couple times.
And they're ruling that a slip.
The only way he feels like he can right is to knock Kavaliauskas out.
The Nebraskan cleared his head, cleared up the round, before clearing out the division to become a 3-time undisputed ruler.
He feels like he's the #1 fighter in the world, and you're not supposed to hurt me, and he's making Kavaliauskas pay for everything that he did early on in this fight.
He caught me with a good shot, you know, and I was just like, all right, you know, now let's step to him.
Still, Canelo's the face of boxing.
Canelo's still the face of boxing.
At the same time, there's another tornado brewing over there in the name of Inoue.
I don't really know a lot about this guy, I'll be honest with you. But I know what I've heard.
Yeah.
I believe what I've heard.
Yeah.
I gotta see this.
A Japanese poster boy on home soil versus a controversial Mexican who had blotted his copybook in a previous Far East fallout.
Who are you looking at to make a big fight with, and who would you want?
We're looking for Inoue. We think it's a big fight, and we're gonna finish him.
Introducing Luis
There were universal gasps inside the Tokyo Dome as unbeaten Naoya Inoue was caught mid-throw by a Louis Neri counter left hook.
First knockdown suffered of Inoue's career.
The monster rebounded with 2 knockdowns of his own, finally landing a stunning right hand to finish the job in 6.
Just 1 round later, Naoya Inoue gets his lick back.
Go down and go, Mike.
You love to see how a fighter reacts to getting knocked down for the first time in their career. It did nothing but lit a fire in Inoue.
He's the only world champion that's in boxing today that has a 100% knockout ratio. This dude is f***ing terrifying.
He's a banger. He's a guy who gets to you. He's a guy who finds you.
An unblemished beast who had bombed out every man faced.
This man is a destructive force.
Going up against an opponent who could arguably match him for one-punch power. 2 light heavyweight hammer hands went nose to nose in Chicago.
He's a beast. You know, you imagine that you could cut him and he wouldn't bleed.
He's a huge puncher.
Callum Johnson said he won't have to chase me.
Callum Johnson was the first fighter that showed no fear, and he came to fight you.
Any remaining Artur Beterbiev disbelievers smirked as Callum Johnson's left hook sent the fight favorite to the floor.
But that left hook would have cleaned out most light heavyweights in the world.
Goes down, and he's wobbled.
While the Brit surprisingly rejected his chance to swarm for a finish.
When I did put him over like that, I did sort of freeze and thought, well,
people at ringside like, just jump him, but it's not as easy as that, is it?
No, obviously not, it's not.
Beterbiev rose, more dismayed than damaged, to smash Johnson away 2 sessions later.
That was just a grazing right hand. You barely see it, and Johnson goes out.
It's boxing. Everyone can one time down, but I'm down. After that, I win by knockout, you know?
All right, back after a couple of fights, Gabe, did Golden Boy make the mistake matching you up against Beck Saturday night?
Expected to be placed on a toasting fork by Bektemir Melikuziev, Gabe Rosado had a rugged reputation with 13 slice and dice losses.
And don't let his record fool you. He will be in your face. He will fight you. He will fight till the end.
Rosado's been in there with some of the biggest names in boxing. He knows what to do and when to do it.
Rosado's resilience was needed in El Paso, as rising prospect Beck the Bully floored him with a body shot before setting him alight.
And Price hits a knee! First round, Rosado down!
I was trying to time him in the beginning with the right hand, but he just beat me to the shot and he caught me real good.
So I said, man, let me not take another body shot. Let me just take this knee, go back to my corner, recoup, and we'll get him back in the next round.
Frustrated and running out of answers, all Rosado had remaining was the 1 in a million equalizer, which he released in the form of a Hail Mary overhand right that stunned Melikuziev and the crowd in one go.
It couldn't happen in no more dramatic fashion, right? Then when Rosado gets dropped, gets back up, wins by knockout, like it's crazy, right? Like it had to happen that way.
They say it was 42 to 1, it was 1,000 to 1 or 1,000,000 to 1. No one gave us a prayer.
I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm not a textbook fighter, a jab right hand. I fight to win. I do everything to win. My objective is to win, totally to win.
Entering the Tokyo ring opposite the baddest man on the planet, few expected James Buster Douglas to make it past the early rounds against the destructive Mike Tyson.
Also in that clip, it says you felt like you were going to an execution. Explain what you meant by that.
Well, everybody else felt I was going through execution. Really, that's what I meant.
Mike didn't have that menacing look that we've seen in so many of his fights before. Anyway, the stage is set.
And it's easy to forget that the underdog, in fact, hit the floor first.
Oh, that's a nice uppercut that time. The drops Buster Douglas. The count's
After I had gotten up, I immediately picked up Mike Tyson. And I looked over there and he was standing over like, geez, he's, the nightmare has returned.
Hugely motivated by his mother's death, an 8th round knockdown didn't deter the Ohio mover,
Buster has something special going tonight.
who rallied back stronger, breaking the will of an undermotivated, lackluster Tyson surrounded by sycophants.
Look at this! Look at Buster coming back! Did he buckle the legs of Mike?
Douglas overwhelmed Mike, forcing that famous round 10 stoppage.
Landing these. Oh, nice uppercut by Buster Douglas! Look at this!
And causing one of the biggest sporting upsets ever.
Unbelievable! Buster Douglas is the new heavyweight champion of the world!
Roy Jones said on the air tonight that he thinks Linares has a good argument when he says that he is the person with the best package to fight Lomachenko.
How does he fare against Lomachenko?
He'd lose, and everyone does.
Unfamiliar with opponents who could match him for both speed and technical ability, Vasyl Lomachenko's lightweight debut in New York was about to get interesting.
I'm gonna shut him up. Plain and simple. Look, I know I have my advantages. I'm the natural lightweight. He's coming up.
Jorge Linares' glaring weaknesses had been exposed in the past, but his offensive gifts led to a flush right-hand knockdown in round 6.
When you got knocked down,
Was it a flash knockdown where you in trouble?
It was a fast flash, that's it.
The Ukrainian Matrix regrouped and fired back to force a stoppage a few rounds later. The fastest three-weight world champion ever, Lomachenko later thanked Linares for one more lesson in boxing.
But look, he caught me again towards the end. That's what happens in boxing. Some win, some lose, but the main thing is that we gave a great fight tonight.
And Ferdy, we saw what happened last month when an unknown with questionable credentials knocked out the champ in 41 seconds. Are we looking at deja vu all over again?
And let's hope he's not superstitious. He's been 13 years unbeaten, amateur and pro, Calzaghe, and this is his 13th defense tonight.
Making the 13th defense of his WBO super middleweight title, Joe Calzaghe may have thought the luck was against him when heavy-handed yet vulnerable Byron Mitchell rolled into his Cardiff backyard.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly with this guy early on. He's strong, he's powerful, right? So don't, if he wants to exchange it, don't do it. Do it when you want to do it.
Wildly exciting. You seem to go in there going for broke from the word go.
Having lost by split decision for the unified titles in his last outing, Mitchell breached Calzaghe's cast iron chin with a shocking round 2 knockdown.
And out goes Calzaghe. Caught by one, and that's the first time he's been down in his career.
Listen, they slipped. As far as I can see, they slipped, man. With it.
Dropped for the first time in his career, the Welsh Dragon roared into life, swarming Byron for an emphatic same-round finish.
There always comes a time when a champion gets put down. Then you see a champion's heart to come back and win by knockout. There's no way that guy was going to beat me tonight. He'd have to carry me out the stretcher. Simple as that.
Now boxing, and apart from Frank Bruno, of course, no British boxer has got a higher profile at the moment than middleweight Nigel Benn. He's a big puncher, he's a big talker, he says he's going to be world champion. Some think that when he moves up a bit in class, he won't be able to survive on that big punch alone.
If ever a boxer lived up to his nickname, it's Nigel Benn. The Dark Destroyer has a phenomenal record as a knockout specialist. Not one of his 20 contests has gone the distance.
Nigel expected another victim on the slate when Jamaica's thumping puncher Anthony Logan swept into Kensington for a Commonwealth title tilt in 1988.
You feel good because you come second and you won a medal, because there's somebody out there that's better than you. And it stuck in. I thought to myself, you're right, there's somebody out there. Be second to nobody, be number one.
But this was another man you didn't want to make angry.
So Ben, not looking his usual comfortable self. Logan at this stage, well, my goodness, now, was that a slip or did he catch him with the right?
Hitting the canvas from a swinging right hand in round 1 only spurred on the Dark Destroyer, who had tremendous recovery powers.
Well, Ben doing his best, Logan holding and then hitting, and Ben seems confused and flustered.
He needed every ounce in the second round as a 20-plus punch barrage from Logan finished in a return left hook from Nigel, swiftly ending the madness.
Ben has defended his title, and for all the world, it looked as if he was going to have to give it up.
A lot of people say, well, yeah, you got to put these eyes, can't take a shot. But the thing is, that's where you got to say, right, come on, mate, let's mix it, let's see how really tough you are.
The jigsaw puzzle that is being put together and unfolding before our eyes. If you win on Saturday night, you'll fight the winner of Fury against Wilder. Does that put more pressure on you ahead of this fight?
I'm just ready to go. I don't care what's going to happen after, I don't care. I just want to fight. I'm ready for violence and chaos and destruction.
Unbeaten in almost 5 years, Dillian Whyte was nearing world honors.
This is the best Dillian Whyte we've ever seen, in my opinion.
Я считаю, что бой будет интересный и зрелищный. А как будет, посмотрим.
Russia's now disgraced Alexander Povetkin was toiling to keep hold of his own top table status as the pair met in Eddie Hearn's back garden.
On point and to AJ by knockout. It's been an excellent start this from Dillian Whyte behind the jab, using the body shots.
It was all going so well for Whyte, who downed Sasha twice in the fourth.
The round that he knocked Povetkin down, 2 heavy knockdowns, I felt and a lot of people felt that it was over.
What do you net, Dillian?
Я бы не сказал, что они тяжелые. Я нормально
все понимал и соображал.
Povetkin still chugging forward as he has done through his career.
Victory all but sealed. However, the veteran pulled out a surprise uppercut from the gods to leave White in a heap.
This week, a lot of people have questioned your future in the sport, retirement, you're too old.
I love this feeling that I prove everybody that was wrong, and I like that we're going forward.
The Hall of Fame heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes, and the man called the puncher of the century.
Well, I have the shaved head, Frank, because I was a great puncher, they tell me. And I knew if I shaved my head and never smiled, looked lean at my opponent, it put the fear of God into him.
And it sure did.
A heavyweight rematch of unexpected theater pitted WBC champion Larry Holmes and big punching Ernie Shavers, reconvening a year after Holmes had shut Ernie out on his jab.
Ernie Shavers was one of the heavy punchers at all time, and I keep telling everybody I got a knot inside my head right now, and I think Ernie Shavers did it 30 years ago.
Having shot Ken Norton in one round, Shavers found another opening for his storied bombs, dropping Holmes in round 7 with a head-rattling overhand right.
I hit Larry with a good shot and knocked him out for 10 seconds, about 8 seconds. He got up and he wasn't happy.
The champ regained his senses, bit down, and resumed normal service behind the power hand.
Once they said Larry Holmes didn't have courage. He has shown his courage.
To halt a weary and rocking Shavers in the 11th.
Like Ali said, it's a tough acorn to crack.
Checking with Ernie, trying to find out if he knows where he's at. That's it. It's stopped by Dave.
Larry haven't seen the last of me. I'll be back. Give me 6 months. I'll be back.
We're about to bring you what we think promises to be a slugfest, a legitimate heavyweight contest.
A devastating rumble in the jungle loss to Muhammad Ali had dented George Foreman's confidence, prompting a prolonged ring break.
Foreman's loss to Ali haunted him for many years.
Came in one man and left out a shell of that man.
Big George had no time to lick his wounds. Bonafide enforcer Ron Lyle set about him from the first bell.
You made one of the greatest punchers in the history of boxing fight. You know, you weren't afraid of him, man.
Both men were rocked before a blistering round 4 that saw Foreman hit the canvas twice and Lyle once.
Foreman is up. What a fight, Dennis!
The Titanic Texan lowered the axe in round 5, smashing Lyle away in a fight of the year.
Some guys, you hit him and hurt him, and they stay away, stay away. Once he cleared his head, he jumped right back on you.
Lyle's got to come back with
I feel I'm a champion at heart. I can always get up and win fights. I think that all credit should be given to Ron Lyle because he's a tremendous individual. He took some hard punches and he gave some.
Any other person he probably could beat, but just this one particular person is come across, which he shouldn't never come across at his stage of career. He shouldn't have fought me.
Renowned for his lionheart attitude and clubbing power, Carl Thompson welcomed South Africa's IBO cruiserweight champion Sebastian Rothman to Sheffield.
So it has nothing to do with my age. It just, my style. And my style involves me getting hit.
And Rothman's face is starting to show signs of wear and tear. Oh, what a good right hand. Thompson had to hold on.
Rothman floored the cat in the 4th before Thompson returned the favor with a bone-shaking uppercut in the 5th.
Oh, he's got him. Oh, Rothman's got hurt. Rothman's getting the end time. This is an amazing display, and Rothman's got to be careful.
The champion regained full control and was dishing out a concerning drubbing when a swelled-up Thompson swayed into a knockout right that exemplified his career.
He certainly won't allow Thompson to get himself hurt. They just survived the end of this road. Oh, what a shot from Thompson! He stopped it! He stopped it! This is absolutely extraordinary!
I said any other fighter, you probably would have beat him. But because it's me, I don't know how to lose like this.
He proved that at the end of the round that there is one punch that separates you from defeat and victory.